All right, so we got week 3 of marathon prep here. So we talked a little about last week, sort of building a base and how we're going about that. So now on to week 3. So how was week 2?
Week 2 was pretty good. Culminated with a lot of mileage for me.
Small race?
Yep. I really wish I had somebody telling me that adding another triathlon into the mix and one with trails and elevation was a bad idea for this, but nobody
told her. Well, we could probably post the text history in there of, hey, maybe not a great idea, not a great planning, but nope. So basically we just got done a 2-hour long run this weekend.
Nice and easy.
Easy, zone 2, hanging out. So now we're into trying to build a little more of a base. So this is where we got to start to up some of the midweek run volume a little bit. So we talked a little bit in another video kind of about how everyone can plan their, weekly mileage and sort of like how to work on coaching yourself. The importance of not only building weekend volume. So we can throw up here and head back towards some of the training stats through Koros, but you can see, so as we build up the volume, if we only keep increasing the weekend runs, then we end up in a bad spot.
Yes. Really, really common pitfall.
So as we do this, not only are we trying to increase some of the volume on the weekend, we're trying to increase some of the volume midweek, but we want to play with layering in a little bit of intensity now that we've got some volume in there and we're kind of like mostly recovered from the Ironman and not recovered from the new race that we added to the calendar at the last minute, unplanned. Yeah. And
sometimes what that is I feel like we get a little bit ambiguous with intensity. People think we mean sprinting and stuff. It's not really it. So even your long training runs, like we're training for a marathon, so even marathon pace should be a little faster than our long, slow training runs. So sometimes just building in some gradual half mile, 1 mile, and then 1.5 mile repeats at your target marathon pace can really, really help. So that's something that we're going to start doing, and then we definitely recommend for everybody else.
Yeah, so start playing around. We don't necessarily have a strict time goal for this or what we're doing, but just start playing around with a couple of intervals at around where we think our marathon pace would be. Start layering that in. This week was a 2-hour long run, so next week we're sort of looking 2:15, 2:30, 3 hours. We're going to go up to Vermont and do a little training camp up there, so we'll layer in the hills. And one thing on your long runs as you're playing around, if it gets super hilly, then you could pull out some mileage or some time and know that you have the difficulty from the hills and sort of that elevation change.
Right.
That would sort of layer in there a little bit.
Yeah, intensity doesn't just mean speed. It could be elevation, uphill or downhill is tough on you and it'll stress you a little bit more. Change in terrain, trail running, versus flat level ground running on asphalt or concrete, whatever that is. So yeah, I think next week I'll work on increasing my time in the hot tub too. I think as we're getting closer, a lot longer duration.
Extra Normatec time in the boots. So, all right, so that's week 3 report here. So keep the questions coming, things you're interested in, stuff you want to learn about, and we'll make sure to go over it. Have a great week.
See you guys.